Hey y'all, it's your bud, ABT Pro, and another unboxing video. And I actually have a box. So what I have here is, this came with it. So what I have here is RedMote. It was worn today. Happy spring. It's the first day of spring. It's official. And so I can't complain about the winter. I thought I was going to really get it in on the winter, but I had a very, very, very busy winter, actually. And I was trying to chill. And it was good because I was very productive. And that's what really what I'm happy about. And so it don't stop. So now the RedMote, which should go back here where it says RedMote. And so this is almost the second video. The second last piece of thing. Actually, I got two things. So this is all I'm really gonna do as far as the camera is concerned. Except for there's a side handle that is still coming and it's back ordered. So praise God, when it comes, then I can put on the battery and just walk around with it, and then I'll shoot outside. So that's the other good news I have. It's the day I shot some stuff outside. Heavy duty. Heavy duty. I don't see, it takes me like a minute to even figure out how to open the boxes. These folks don't play. I gotta find instructions on how to open a darn box. I really can't open a box, y'all. So I gotta figure. There's a screw here, and I don't think you're gonna have to take the screw off. But anyway, while Stiles figures this out, I really don't know, man. And I didn't see any instructions, so I usually have to load this up on the internet. I mean, I usually have to figure this out on it. Look up YouTube and look up videos, and YouTube being a very good source of information. A lot of people sharing a lot of excellent information. And, some people ask, is, one joke, no, it does not want to open like that. Sign and engineer tested at Red. Oh, how do you open the box? They think I'm so stupid up here. They might be right, but heck, that makes no figuring out. There's a screw here. I don't think I'm supposed to unscrew nothing just to open it. It's got a grip. Okay, it did. Whew. All right. Yay! They don't play. I like to get their boxes. Everything that they do is like hyper quality. It's like really great. There it is. The RedMote. And most I'm going to do is try to put this on. You can see the gizmos on the back. And so that should match up. Now, what I've been doing is a heck of a lot of studying and research about this whole Red high-end digital film workflow, digital cinema. It is not digital video. It is completely different. And so I'm not saying, snap, that's nice. I'm not saying that for any other reason. So I don't have the battery here. So I gotta plug it up. I'm not saying that I'm not being, highfalutin, exclusive, or anything else about it. It's just that it's a completely different process. And one of those things about it is film has regular film, 35 millimeter film, has noise in it. And it's I'm going to show you my 70 millimeter film that an independent film maker, Tony Lover, gave me. Tony Lover, yeah, it is. He gave me when I was doing a project for him in New York for Microsoft. I was working at Film Wars. Ah, look at that. Hey, hey, hey. All right, straight official. There it is. Now I got the red logo. Hop, Popzilla in the hazel. There it is, y'all. So, I want to add to this. I want to say about that is that I study this stuff. I am studying this stuff. And I'm really studying it. I'm studying hard. And what I don't get is, wait a minute. So how is this supposed to work? I think it's supposed to be remote control, right? I thought it was supposed to be a wireless remote control. Something else to figure out. All right. But I want to let you know that I am studying this. I'm truly studying this. And I'm studying multiple levels of this. So I have a lot more to study. And I just finished, so just to run through it, I just finished doing my first slow-mo. I'll open it. I'll upload it. And it's very interesting. I'm not trying to profess to be a cameraman, but it's to me, it's just part of my field. But I did a slow-mo, 60 frames a second, and I was very, very impressed. I'm like, this is my money's worth. You know, this is what I paid for. You know, this is one of the things that I paid for. It is definitely what I expected. And I've done some slow-mo before, and I posted online. You might see it, but you know, I had to do all kind of tricks and slow it down and image process it. This is, you click the button, slow motion. You play it back in slow motion. So that just tore me up today. So I was supposed to be sleeping, and that just kind of totally blew me away. And so I was looking at that stuff. I'll post that. Other thing I'm going to say, film and cinema is two completely different things. Cinema and film has a grain element. If you know anything about the iododes, I think it's called I forgot, sulfur iodine in it or something, that they're particles that actually, and it's like really grain particles from chemicals and emotions and stuff like that, which react to light. And so there's different speeds and things at which they react to light. But they are granular, and so it causes a grain. And it is in the emulsion of the film, which is really just like an acetate, and then it's coated with this emulsion. And so you have grain in film, and red is constantly, it's a cinema digital camera. There is supposed to be a certain amount of grain, film, or noise in it. This comes with it. So, you know, you could debate about whether it should be in it or not. But if you have film, and the standard is film, and it's the problem with Quentin Tarantino and those guys are like, no, you have film, and film has like a certain amount of gradation in the blacks and a gradation in the white. And so it's this is the thing that they argue, is the actual curve at which it inertias or slow ins or slow out into the black and white. See, I've been doing my research. So the thing with the red is just how well that it follows that curve. How well does it have that gradation? How well does it mimics and have the grain? And the grain is a beauty. Electric image. The one reason why it was a film camera is because it had film renderer, is because that it actually added grain. It added grain in its digital process. Now, the other thing about this is the difference between that and, let's say, Canon, which is really great, a great camera. That's why I have one. I have a Canon and a Sony. That they're both great video cameras. They don't do 4K. So if you talk IMAX, or if you actually talk 2K, and this is one of the reasons why I have the Red, because of the issue I got into, and I mentioned to that I actually processed at full HD 1080p 1920 by 1080p, and that was a concern when it came to editing, or other people were editing it, that it was not fully 2K, which is a full. Red shoots at an HD. Uh, uh, there's an HD 2K, which is not really film 2K, which is the same argument I went over 1,000 times already. But my point about it is that that a Canon, there's like, it's like, you ever seen the thing with Tony Stark, and he's flying up in the air, and there's always a robot or airplane that's gonna try to chase him, and he always beat him because he can keep going higher, and they, sputter out. He sputters out eventually, but it's at a very high level in the atmosphere. It's like that. You can't go there. With a Canon, it just at 4K and stuff like that. You can't put it on a high resolution screen. That's what this does. And so the real reason to have it is 4K. And so that's the reason why I get 4K resolution, meaning double the resolution, and then sometimes triple the resolution of a Canon, which are beautiful Canon. They're great, they're low light, and they're beautiful, and all of that good stuff. Again, that's why I have one. But it has strengths, and it has certain things that it doesn't even work with. So all that to say this is that this has a certain amount of noise, and again, it mimics film. It's beautiful when you put it on a screen. All film, especially if it's film, is going to have that noise. So what would you rather have if you had to put digital film onto a big screen? You're going to have some noise in it to mimic film. You're not going to have it looking like video, which is very clean. And so here's the real point with this machine, with the Red. It is raw, and this is, I got into a little debate with somebody, and this is the truth of the matter. So a little knowledge, you have to really research these things to really know what it's about. And so they're gonna put a new sensor in, but the sensor is to get it at higher rates, and to get like better slow-mo at higher rates and higher resolutions. Like you could actually shoot 5K or 8K, which is like ridiculous at these higher resolutions. That's why they are upping them. It's not, they shoot beautiful at low light, and just because it has a little noise or grain in it, it's not, they've been putting 16 millimeter up on, they take that and through a filmic process, or optical, it's motion, film 16 millimeter, and taking that over to 35 millimeter. And so the grain of that is like much larger, but it's acceptable. And this is nowhere near the comparison of it. So with this, with raw data, now here's the thing: Canons have so you have the noise, and so Canon is the same thing. It's the same sensor. It has noise in it too, but it has, because it's consumer level, and consumer deals with video. And because they don't do image processing or film, or they don't have a colorist specialist, or a grader, because of that, they have a built-in on-board, you can call it grader, or denoise effects. They have two of them that that are in image processing that happens within the mechanism of the camera. The whole paradigm, or the whole paradigm or motto of Red with raw footage is never to affect the actual data or the actual image. So I can do all kinds of things to make it lighter, brighter, and all of this other stuff, and it does not touch the data. It's metadata. It's raw, and that's the advantage of it. So with that, one of the things, if you're going to have raw footage and not have it image process, is you don't touch the noise. You don't do anything against that. You don't do anything with it. It's just raw. So if you decide, it gives you the option to decide whether you want the raw, the one that you want the noise, or how much grain or filmic look in it, or how sharp, or how light or bright. The only thing that really affects it is, it's not the ISO, it's the actual shutter speed. So the shutter speed in which you expose is the only thing that is actually built in. So when you come to Canon and you have all this image processing done to the actual data, you're locked into that and you can't change it. So whether you like it or not, whether you want the noise or how much grain or anything, you can't change it because it is image processed within the camera. And so you're locked into it. You don't have that option. And so with RAW, you can go back to the original footage, other than the shutter speed, all the time. So there you have it. That is why was the difference between RAW Cine or Red Code. Is it Red? No, Red RAW. Red RD3 files. And I think it is Red Color, Red Gamma, Red Code. I think that is what it's called. So there you have it. So it gives you more variable. Now, with all that said, if you want to take it out, there are lots of different software, and it just simply has a denoise filter, and you put it on there, whether you do it at the final stages or in between, whenever you want to do it. You just click it, denoise. And so I've been experimenting with several, and some of them are very much real-time effects. The only thing is that the Red Rocket doesn't process denoise, because it is a CPU effect. So on my 12 core, I'm looking at it over here, and it is beautiful if you want to take it out. And it's just one click, and there's nothing you can do it at the end of it or whatever. But generally, you have to grade your footage. And so a lot of my buddies and I, we do the electric image with 3D. We put in grain. We put grain in our image. And my renders, I do it all the time. I put every kind of image processing grain. I can put in like gesso, or scratchboard or chalkboard, all these type of image processing to make it look more like natural media and art. So there you have it. God bless you all. Love you all. Here it is. Next, I'll get the another thing I want to speak on. Next, I'll get the handle, but also I am seeing the difference between different quality lenses. And so this is a video lens for a DSLR lens, and I have several of them. And they're at a certain grade. The most I paid is $600. So generally $500 for most of them. My cheapest one is the widest angle lens, and I paid only like $300 or $400 for that. And it is, you can tell the difference. You can definitely, so I took it outside for the first time, did some slow-mo footage, and it can definitely tell the difference between the different lenses. I am going to make one lens upgrade, which will be the 24 to 70, and hopefully, and it won't be prime. So I have 3 Canon prime lenses, which are 85, 50, the basic standard ones that come in sets. I did a certain amount of research on those as well. And but I would have to have a client or some type of thing like that. As far as handheld rigs to do follow focus, again, another thing that and shoulder rigs and all that stuff is beautiful stuff. I have a couple of rigs, different types of rigs, Steadicam rigs and stuff like that, cranes, and you've seen that. This is one rig here, so that's 3 rigs. Um, Not going in any more into that until I start producing. And hopefully now I will start producing once I get the side handle. You can get battery units on it and all kind of rigs and stuff like that. I'm not really trying to promote the camera as a cameraman, and I mentioned it. I definitely, I don't know if I posted the video, but I'm definitely not renting it. The rental kind of thing, that was really just a tactic, just in case anybody wanted to use it. It was not to be. It was a way of including people, and people have to understand that this camera is not free. There's nothing about it free. There's nothing about the work when it comes to business. You don't do business for free, you know. So, and I'm trying to run a business and pay for it. I got to pay for stuff. You know, this costs money. Costs me money. Give me this big little thing. Oh, okay. That's out. So, again, I'm very thankful. Glory to God. It would not happen without Him. You know, absolutely not. You know, I can't. Don't get me start going. I get happy, and I start, really acting up. You know, because I go on. This video lasts a long time. So God bless y'all and everything. Talk to you soon.